So, a missing hiker was found after surviving more than a month in Canada's snowy wilderness. That's pretty impressive. Let's check this out. Guys, before we go on, remember this is the Modern Survivalist channel. Being better prepared is what we do here. For that, you have the channel with a ton of information. I always recommend my books as well. 3 Survival Skills, Surviving the Economic Collapse. The economic aspect of preparedness, having gone through an economic collapse, that's something you can learn from. And 3 Survival Skills, this is many years of doing this for a very long time involved in so many knowledge condensed in these 2 books. You certainly can benefit from that. Check if there's any like Black Friday sales. I don't control those things. That's all on Amazon. So go check it out in the links there below. And the rest of the stuff that you know of. Folks, this is one of those stories where, yeah, this is like true survival, right? Yeah, it most definitely is. Now, how likely is it that you find yourself surviving in the wilderness in Canada? Well, not super likely. We cover a lot of aspects of survival and preparedness. That's what at least I consider to be modern survival, right? It's the things that are likely to happen in life, the things that are inevitable in life, and still surprise people nonetheless, which is shocking, but it does happen every single day. And then there's this, the more rare, isolated incident that it makes it to the news for a good reason. It is that rare. You don't hear a whole lot of people that are left stranded in the wild somewhere. There's really very little wild left. So let's check out, but still, the stories, the lessons learned, the experience, the overcoming of adversity, all of that is definitely things we can learn from. So let's check this out. Missing hiker, as we were saying before. So it seems to be a rather young man. Missing hiker Sam Benastick was found on November 26th after he was reported missing on October 2019. Yeah, he spent over a month there. It started out as a regular Tuesday morning for 2 men heading out on a trail for work in the backcountry of Canada's. Okay, so he was working there, British Columbia, when they spotted another man. All right, no, there was a spot. Another man trucking out in the wilderness. They recognized him as a lost hiker, Sam Benastick, who had been reported missing more than a month ago on October 19th, according to the Northern Rockies Royal Canadian Mounted Police. He was reportedly found on a service road, supporting himself with 2 walking sticks and a cut-up sleeping bag wrapped around his legs for warmth. Right, pretty cold right now, so not surprised that he would do something like that. Now, cutting up your sleeping bag, that's a ballsy move, man. Benastick was reported missing after failing to return home on October 17th from a 10-day camping trip. One of the things that happens is either, and this is based on many stories similar to this, people that went out hiking and got lost. They went like deeper and deeper and had no way of finding their way back to civilization. There's also the case of, there was one in California, I think it was, that he wanted to get lost, right? So you got yourself lost on purpose, and then you really got lost, and then shit got serious, and then you had to be rescued or found. So it is not really all that common, right? These days, man, if you have a cell phone with you, GPS, even offline, it still works. If you even have some basic knowledge on, okay, I'm going north and the road is south, you kind of have either stars, sun, your GPS in your GPS, yes, or even a compass in your watch, like I usually have in my Casio Traeger. Not this one. This is more of a rudimentary G-Shock. But it is really not all that common. That's why you don't see stories like these all the time. And there's honestly less and less wilderness left in the world as time goes by. It's not that the world is overpopulated or covered, no. But we have roads everywhere. And once you find roads, it's very easy to head back to civilization. So he was reported found missing, told police. He initially stayed in his car for a couple of days before walking to a creek near a mountain where he camped for another 10-15 days. So he had his car, right? He walked to a creek where he camped for 10-15 days. You would have thought that it's easy enough for him to remember where he left the car and walk back towards the car. He then moved down the valley and built a shelter and dried out in a dried out creek bed, RCMP said, Mountain Police. It was from there that Benz made its way to where the 2 workers found him. Right, so was he lost or not? I mean, this is exactly, without even having read this is kind of what ends up happening. They go these places, they want to have the experience, they do have the experience, and then they go further and further, and maybe they get lost, right? The man took Benastick to a hospital where police attended to him, confirmed his identity, finding Sam alive is the absolute... It is cold, man. Right now, yeah. After all the time he was missing, his parents and brother stayed at the Buffalo Inn in Pink Mountain, British Columbia for more than 20 days during extensive search for his son. Generous manner of the inn, who had developed an emotional connection with families, say they provided some free meals to them during their stay in his inn. I got 3 kids, 5 grandkids, so I know they were going through, probably not very nice. Kept in touch with family who have been reunited at the hospital. They told him their son nearly collapsed when he was found by 2 workers on the road and was propping himself up with 2 sticks because he was so weak. He was in pretty bad shape, but he's alive. According to Mountain Police, multiple search and rescue teams had been looking for him along with the Canadian Rangers and many local volunteers with extensive backcountry knowledge of the area. Benastick's uncle described his nephew as an avid outdoorsman who was suffering from frostbite and some smoke inhalation. So he made fire to keep himself warm, and he suffered from that. It was kind of unbelievable. My nephew survived. Imagining being out there, being that cold for that long. Yeah, no joke, man. That is seriously not a... Now, this does check out. This does check out in everything that we know about these situations. About a month, depending on your body weight, depending on the body fat that you have, you can survive for about a month and a half. Now, this will depend on your initial weight, how much overweight you are. In this case, it will be beneficial. There was a story of the Russian guy that went with his brother and his nephew. The nephew didn't make it. He was a 15-year-old, very slim, very thin kid. So young, very thin, not a whole lot of body fat, and over a month in floating in the northern seas. Yeah, you will probably not make. Now this guy with a average size, weight, and so on, you're depending here mostly on your energy conservation. How many calories are you wasting? Are you getting desperate? Are you just burning through those calories during this month that you have? Well, you may end up going through that even before a month goes by. If you preserve your energy and if you have water, it's usually going to be water that's more likely to be key than the calories and the food that you need. Now, Canada, that's a part of the world where you are not exactly stranded in the middle of the ocean or in the middle of the sea or in a desert, and he probably did have access to water. So, and he had some gear. He went specifically camping. He probably brought some food along with him. Now, after that, I assume he got lost when he went further and further down the different valleys, and then, could not find his way around back to his car. It happens that people end up walking in circles. Oh, I'm going to go around this place or around that one. It is often the case that people don't even bring a map if you don't have a signal. And there's little things you can do. Like your cell phone most likely has GPS, even when offline. You don't only need the service of the mobile phone provider. It has a location even without that. Now, you may have to go up. You may have to go up a bit of a hill or a mountain to get better reception, but you're probably going to get it. Try it out. Turn it off and see if your cell phone works. You can download your maps on your phone before you even need it. Now, you won't be able to download the maps when you're already lost, but if you downloaded the maps in your phone, which you definitely should, yeah. Also, don't you have a cell phone with you? Don't you have the tracker? Yes, of course you have. The difference is that the people that should be tracking you are probably not tracking you. You're being tracked by all of the evil corporations, but not by your family. I have in my phones, all of us in my family, we have Life 360, I think it's called. You track your family members. You know exactly where they are. Billy came back from work or from school. That sort of thing. Yes. Timmy is running out of battery in his cell phone, right? So it alerts you of things that a family member probably wants to know about. But it's great for knowing, where are the kids? Where's my wife? Where's my husband? Now, is he coming home already? Should I start the food, start dinner? All of those things are super convenient. Oh, I don't want to be, you're being, bro, you're being tracked already. The only people that are probably not tracking you are the people that definitely should have a good idea of where you are. In a case like this, super helpful. But just be smart about it. Don't just assume you know your way around. Exactly know where you're going. Know if you're going north or south or east or west. Have ways. Have a compass. A map will not hurt. And be careful out there. See you next time, guys. Take care.